So it's just a little walk through my neighborhood. Just coming from the store, here around the corner. Just a little Valero, Fast Eddies. Nice guys. Our local Home Depot and the moon. Kind of in a hole of clouds here tonight. I don't know if you can see. We'll zoom back out. Kind of, sort of. That light below the moon is a reflection off a street light. I don't know whether or not you can tell that or not. It seems that when I record this stuff, it looks differently on here than what actually shows up. Anyways, where'd my smoke go? Oh look, looks like they got something going on inside the Home Depot there. Something might be burning. That don't look correct. Well, let's mosey on over. This lady here in the camper in the yellow International is out of Atlanta, Georgia. She's a transpo driver. She's delivering these vehicles up here to Paul's Bow RV and someplace over in Idaho for the red or the yellow International. Seems like an awesome job. Gotta look at the name of that company again. Man, them roll your owns, they are horrible. Nothing like the poison of a good Marlboro to make you enjoy your tobacco. So, this is what we got here. It's quality transport. Okay, Goshen, Indiana. Awesome. They got their blowers going. That's what's making all the dust and clouds, making it look like they're having some kind of a fire. Where all the local truckers park their bobtails when they ain't got a load. Can't see much, but once it gets later, the rest of these lights go out, and this is a great place for looking at the stars, even though it's in the middle of the city. So anyways, off we go. Here's the Firestone. Looks like that guy's just closing for the night. He left the open sign on. He doesn't even know it. Got somebody coming to run me over. They don't care. They won't slow down for 1 second. They'll just drive right over you and drive off. It's just too bad. People don't seem to have any more compassion for each other just because you think you don't know somebody. There's the guy blowing inside the Home Depot. He's over here cleaning it up so it looks all nice and pretty for all you Home Depot shoppers in the morning. Awesome. some cars. Did I zoom? I don't think I get zoomed. I did. I've been zoomed this whole time. That's horrible. Now you might be able to see something. Yeah, them clouds is moving in. There's Cassiopeia. I'm sure you probably can't see it because there's just too much light pollution. But I got a feeling we're going to have a couple of days coming soon where light pollution is not going to be a problem. Let's hope it's because we reach a better solution than what we're using, rather than some sort of catastrophic event that destroys our electrical grid and infrastructure. Have a good night. Here's our local loading dock. The moon. There's more guys with trailers, parked, cars coming through. It's a great big party. There's always something happening here. Just coming back from riding this quad. Neighbor walking down the street while I itch my eyebrow. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How you doing?
Beautiful night.
Yeah, another day in paradise.
Yeah, that's for sure. Got the little local woods here. Last time I walked through, there was at least 15 sites of folks who've drug mattresses and sleeping bags, the blue tarps and the brown tarps, and they've tried to make some kind of a shelter for themselves. And this place is just, all the brush around here is just peppered with folks living in their tents. Some of them get help from the city. There's a group of folks going around, and when they find the homeless people, they at least give them a tent and a sleeping bag for each person. And then they give them some ideas as to where they can pitch those. And as long as they follow some basic rules, and they don't make too much noise in the neighborhood, wherever that is, and the neighbors don't complain, then they can stay there. That's how it's working out for those folks who've lost their stuff already. That guy's dumping off his quad. Hello. We're just crossing the street. Female walking up. Didn't want to make her nervous, so we just crossed before she got too close because she was starting to edge herself off into the brush. Somebody's 2005 Mustang convertible got torched here the other night. I don't think I passed it yet. The car got towed yesterday, and it melted a big old hole here in the sidewalk. I'm sure you can't see it, because this is such an awesome phone and a great camera. But we are going to get ourselves that new Sony Xperia waterproof. I think the front camera is like 12 megapixels and the rear camera is 10. So that ought to be very cool. So again, I don't know if you guys can see any of this. Get some kind of bearing. Oh yeah, that's a light. It's about, I don't know how far away. 60 feet? 70 feet? Yep, so this is our street. Here comes a car. Totally dark. Oh, there's some, you can see the flashing light from a plane going overhead. My guess is destination Alaska. I'm not sure if they've just changed all the air frequencies or what, but when I go to anything in the United States, I can't hear anything except in Alaska. They seem to be the only tower operating on the frequencies I have. If you haven't been outside lately, though, I suggest you go out and take a look on the next clear nights and just enjoy what you're seeing. There's a lot of stuff scooting by without a high-speed camera. You're not going to pick up no matter how good your camera is at night. Flashes, there we go. There went a shooting star from west to east. I was, of course, right over the back of my head where I couldn't get the camera on it. And more clouds coming in. So, cars coming, everybody's passing by, driving around. Zoom. Well, all of a sudden it smells as if the cat box is full. Holy cow. That is unpleasant. Now, as I was saying, if you haven't been outside and looked up at the sky recently, you should. It's a great way to relax, reconnect with what's going on around you. Try to get all the garbage that mainstream media and government is filling your head with. Come to grips with the fact that things aren't what we've been told, and for some reason they've used up all our time, and it wasn't theirs to use. It was ours to have to try to prepare, and they have stolen that from us. So shortly here, hopefully longer than I think, when things begin to happen, remember why they get as bad as they do. And then remember, they spent millions, probably billions of dollars digging holes and setting themselves up so that they could live in the same kind of, well, lifestyle as we have been living for a while with, toilets and electricity and things of that nature. While we're up here on the top, taking whatever comes. They're going to write a new constitution. They won't tell us who's going to write it, though, because if they know you'll stop it before it happens. I don't know that all their holes and all their underground tunnels are going to save them all, but I believe that every time this has happened, some pockets of civilization survive. And they restart. And some knowledge somehow makes it through. Well, let's hope that the knowledge that screwed up this society and this generation does not make it through. Or if it does, it comes with better teachers. because the ones we got have let us down badly. Either because they didn't know, they just wanted to claim they were teachers and were trying to be somebody they weren't. Or they knew, and they just wanted to milk you for everything they could get, because they don't believe in the whole deal. But you're more than flesh and bones. This universe is more than just empty space and some shiny dots that you can't seem to reach. You can reach them. You can get all the way there. And you can be as sure of what you're looking at as holding on to your child or cashing that paycheck. It's just as real. And you can have an effect there. The trick is finding out how to get there. And that's what they've kept from us. All the things they've told you that are the bad things, those are the very tools you need to get to where the message says we're supposed to be. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. If you've got a pure heart and you give something serious consideration from a non-biased standpoint, you'll get an honest answer, and you'll be able to know. You'll know truth when you find it. And when you know truth of a subject, you'll truly recognize there's no need to argue it anymore with those who don't know it or haven't found it. Don't argue. Keep looking, keep learning, start treating people better. You might want to try to make some amends for some of the things you've done. It's not necessary, but it couldn't hurt. Stay positive. Recognize there is good, and it will overcome evil in the end, because evil can't withstand the light. And if you have a pure heart, the light will find its way in, and you'll find your treasure beyond this life. However, if you live angry, cunning, greedy, hateful lives, I can't even imagine and don't want to know what you're going to find on the other side. Because that's the energy you're creating. And nobody knows what this is or what's going on yet. But I have a feeling there's some pretty cool things waiting for mankind. But the part of you that doesn't die has to be clean. And that doesn't mean if you've done stuff you can't be clean. It just means you have to work on cleaning yourself. Get rid of your demons. Get rid of your animals. Kill them at the temple door before you enter to find your treasure. If you can't do that, don't bother trying to enter the temple. Because until you do, those emotions you're feeling are going to keep you away from what you're seeking. Another jet on its way to Alaska, but I can't see it in here for nothing. Oh well. Have a nice night, folks. Love y'all. Stay safe. Take care of each other. And don't panic when things look worst.